Welcome to another Goat Locker Racing production brought to you by Gill Insurance Advisors. Insurance you can trust. Jam Printing and Promotions. Amp up your marketing. Tracks for Vets. Restoring purpose, hope, and community to our nation's heroes and their families. Travis Lee Creative. Dare to create. G2G Trailers. Offering solutions for your trailering needs nationwide. Let Chuck the Trailer Guy know Goat Locker Racing sent you. Now buckle up for exciting door-to-door action with the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. All right, welcome race fans to the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. We are at Worldwide Technology Raceway tonight with the original Rebels Racing League Xtreme Xfinity 80. This is Jamie up in the booth. Pat will be down in the truck tonight bringing you the action live from the racetrack. What have you seen so far in the practice and qualifying, Pat?
Well, I tell you what's a little bit different this time around, and this is one of the tracks that I absolutely love racing at, and I haven't had a whole lot of chance to race in the truck, but you're going to see guys shifting through these corners all night long. A lot of speed to be had, by downshifting in the corners, and that really gives you this run out of the corner and down the straightaway. So something a little bit different. Not often do you see shifting at an oval, but you're going to see it all night tonight.
Yeah, the track is definitely different than really any other place we go to. It's a 1.25 mile oval, but it's it's almost kind of like a flat Darlington. Got a real tight radius turn at one end and more sweeping corners at the other. So it should provide for some pretty good racing here with flat track. Probably going to see some door-to-door action, and hopefully we'll have a good show tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of really good racing. This track always provides for some good racing, and with these trucks, and some people say they're underpowered. I mean, they definitely don't have the horsepower and downforce as an Xfinity car or a Cup car, but you're really able to drive this track a little bit more than you would normally be able to. You can get back to the gas a little bit sooner without really worrying if the truck's going to come around on you. So provides for some really good racing for sure.
All right, now that qualifying is complete, take a look at our starting grid for tonight. And no surprise there. With the qualifying, we're going to have Eddie Smith as our pole winner for tonight with a lap of 3.966. Nice lap there, Eddie. So we'll go through the starting lineup tonight. Pat, I'll go ahead and take it since I know you're in the truck and can't really see it. So as we just said, starting first, number 25 from JC Motorsports, Eddie Smith. His outside start second, number 48, Andrew Kurtz. Start third, our brother from down under, and 49 from Indy Autosports, Scott Rankin. To his outside, his teammate, and number 9, Trevor McManus. Rolling off fifth, number 88, another JC Motorsports entry, Jonah Colbert. Starting fifth, number 6 of Alex Cruz. Starting sixth. I'm all confused now. Starting seventh, the number 6, Cody McElwain. Starting eighth, the 07, our own Patrick Drabick. Starting ninth, the number 14 of Tony Minton. Starting 10th, number 4, another Indy Autosport driver, Mike Browning. Starting 11th, number 18, Ryan Pendleton. Starting 12th, number 64, Matt Nighties. Rounding out our field tonight, starting 13th, the 00 of Anthony Radel. That's your starting lineup as these drivers are getting ready to take the green flag. And the pace truck is off. Eddie Smith will have control of the field. On first initial start, he will have to wait and go on green. Green flag is out. Eddie gets a good start. Gets clear to 48 as they head into turn 1. As Trevor McManus was all over the bumper of the 48 and has already made contact with him. Everybody keeps it going straight, though. And we stay under green.
Some tight racing down there through 1 and 2, but looks like everybody's got it sorted out. And we'll head off into 3 and 4 and see how this goes. If I don't loop it coming off of 4, that is.
Hold on to her. Well, somebody's in trouble in the back. Not sure who that was. I'll have to take a look. We do stay green. Somebody banged it off the wall. Well, got loose, it looked like, and then banged it off the inside wall, but keeps going. I'm going to have to take a guess here that that was 00 of Anthony Radel.
Oh, and Jonah Colbert gets into the wall there a little bit right in front of me.
A little touchy here on the early goings, but so far everybody's been able to keep it going straight.
Yeah, good racing up front here right now. I'd say mid-pack, considering the size of the field, but not too bad. Everybody seems to be finding their rhythm and keeping it straight.
Let's see, Scott Rankin is making a move on the number 48 of Andrew Kurtz, trying to take that second spot away. They race side by side down this backstretch, heading into turn 3. Wow, I think this is the first time we've ever been hosted by anybody else, but Cards Gaming is now hosting us on their Twitch page, their Twitch stream.
Oh.
So that's pretty cool. I don't think we've had that before. And we got a Mama Ellingson sighting. See, she's in the stream tonight. Welcome. Glad to see you.
Always great to have our number one fan in the stream. And
Absolutely.
Still fighting this truck and just kind of being patient with it here. And it's a good pack of drivers here, 2nd through 7th, and everybody's just kind of minding their business. And looks like Eddie stepped out to a little bit of a lead here, but hasn't gotten away too far.
And we've received a follow from Cards Gaming as well, so we definitely appreciate that. And Pat, Brandon Wallace is wanting you to get going here, and he says, find that gas pedal. Actually, he said, come on, Drabick. I added the find the gas pedal part.
Gee, thanks. I appreciate it, guys. Just taking time, a lot of racing to go here this evening. And we'll get up there and mix it up here. These races tend to go a little green for a while, so trying to save a little bit of tire here and not press the issue too much.
It definitely looks like we got a green flag field of this. So we'll take this opportunity in the early going to take a look through our field. We'll start off with our front runner here, Eddie Smith, who is enjoying a it's down to a 1 second lead now over Scott Rankin in second place. Take a look at Scott Rankin there in that number 49 as he's trying to stalk Eddie down.
Ooh, and looked like Trevor McManus had an issue there. Not sure if Jonah got into him or what happened.
Again, we keep going. Everybody's going straight.
Yeah.
Take a look at the number 48 of Andrew Kurtz running in third. He had a little issue in the early going there. I think Trevor McManus got into the back of him. Not sure if he had checked up or what had happened, but has some nice damage to the tailgate of that truck and has got that spoiler pushed in pretty good. Probably going to want to get that fixed first chance he gets. I'll bring us to the number 6, our Goat Locker Racing teammate, Cody McElwain, out of Gilbertown, Alabama. He's being stalked right now by Jonah Colbert in that 88.
Gets loose in front of me. Oh, and he gathers it up and is doing all right, but able to get around him.
That brings us to our own Patrick Drabick here in the 07 Jam Printing and Promotion Chevy Silverado. I like to see that you added the Xtreme Xfinity Champion to your driver information. That's pretty cool since this is the Xtreme Xfinity 80. Goat Locker Racing is the primary sponsor of the original Rebels Racing League Xtreme Xfinity Series. It races on Friday nights, and we will be in race number 2 of the first round of the playoffs tomorrow night at Kentucky Speedway. Look at Trevor McManus, who has fallen back some from his initial starting spot. He's currently running in 7th, showing he's dropped 3 positions. Had some, for as much damage as there was to the back of the 48, I don't really see any damage to Trevor's front end. So, kind of crazy that iRacing is showing that much damage on the 48. I just hard to believe there was that much contact. But Trevor's got that truck still looking pretty good as he's making some laps here. And right behind Trevor, we got our brother Ryan Pendleton in at 18 out of Columbus, Ohio.
I tell you, Jamie, it is really strange to be shifting.
Yeah, I bet, man. I bet. We used to do it at Pocono, but I guess you don't even have to do it there anymore. So, yeah, definitely not many places that goes in a circle that you would need to be shifting.
It is definitely something a little bit different here. That's really hitting this shift point and letting this truck settle into the corner and then try to get it to hook up and power off. But I tell you, if you don't do it, I mean, you lose a ton of speed going down these straightaways.
Yeah, no drive off for the truck, I'm guessing. Continue going through the field. We'll take a look at Alex Cruz out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He's another Goat Locker Racing entry in that Gill Insurance Advisors number 5 Chevy Silverado. Alex has lost a few spots since the beginning, but he's still running 9th in the top 10. Alex is a very patient driver. I'm sure we will see him making a move towards the front before this evening's over. Behind Alex, we got the number 4 of Mike Browning out of Iowa. Mike is holding serve so far on his starting spot. He started 10th. He's running 10th. I'm sure another driver is just biding his time. And Mike, take a look at Tony Minton. Tony Minton running our favorite Captain Crunch paint scheme. Tony's out of Speedwell, Tennessee. Dropped a couple spots, running 11th. He started 9th. He's now showing 11th. Got that truck still looking pretty clean. So I'm sure another driver is just biding his time. Running in 12th position, we got number 64 of Matt Knighties out of Berlin, New York. Not sure if that's his pet raccoon that he's using for his profile picture, but that's pretty cool there, Matt. Matt's looks like he's had a date with the wall since we started this race. He's got some nice marks down the right side of that truck, but other than that, he looks like he's hanging in there pretty good. And round out our field, 00 of Anthony Radel out of Pennsylvania.
Good field of drivers here this evening. A little bit smaller of a field than what we're used to, but it's provided some really good racing here thus far.
Yeah, and so far we've completed 17 of the scheduled 80 laps. And Eddie Smith continues to lead. He has opened his lead a little bit over Scott Rankin. He's out to a 1.7 second lead at this point. Scott had closed up to within a second of him, but Eddie has continued to stretch that out.
Well, the way this race is looking, I'm hoping some of these guys definitely practice green flag stops because here at Gateway it is very different.
Yes, it is.
There's an access road that's really right before you come into turn 3 that you have to get down in order to get to pit road. So it can be very treacherous.
Yeah, if you're coming in under yellow, you can just come in off of turn 4. But, well, actually, no, you can't, can you?
No, you got to come down
Okay,
that access road.
you're right. Yep. I was thinking you could come under caution down without using access road, but no, you cannot. So you have to get on that access road, and it is very slow, especially from the speeds that you've been racing at. Make it down on that pit road.
The way this race is going, it definitely has that green flag look to it.
Yeah, with a smaller field tonight, it's definitely reducing the opportunities for accidents. So, uh, yeah, I mean, could see this definitely going the full 80 laps green here from start to finish. Now, again, like you said, green flag pit stops. It's going to be tricky getting on pit road here. That definitely could lead to some issues. But while we're under green, let's take a look, take a lap around from the inside of Eddie Smith's truck as he crosses the start-finish line, heading down into turn one. You can hear him make that shift as before he even makes the middle of the corner. Powers up off of two onto the back stretch, shifts back into fourth. Enters three, gets that truck right down to the rumble strips, all the way through the middle of 3 and 4, exits out to the wall, and brings it back to the start-finish line. And that's how you make a lap here at Worldwide Technology Raceway from Eddie Smith's perspective.
Eddie Smith is really stretching out his lead at this point in time.
Yes, he is. He's got almost a 3-second lead over Scott Rankin. And Scott is starting to get some pressure from Cody McElwain in that 6 truck. Look out the back of Scott Rankin's truck to see how Cody is closing in on him. And it just seems like Cody's able right now to make much better entries into the corner and kind of picking up some time on through the middle.
It is so easy at this track to miss your marks, and so you got to be almost perfect every lap, or you're going to lose time for sure. And definitely looks like Scott Rankin has kind of used up his equipment and is falling back into the field right now.
Yeah, it's always such a tricky thing to know how hard to go, you know, how much you can save. It's sometimes you get it right and sometimes you don't. And right now, Scott Rankin is definitely paying the price for pushing that truck as hard as he did in early going. As we can see here, Eddie Smith is out to almost a 4-second lead over Scott Rankin. Cody McElwain continues to gain on him, but it's still, even though he's gaining on Scott Rankin, he is, actually, he's pretty much holding serve with Eddie Smith's lap times right now. If Cody can get around Scott, we may see him start gaining on Eddie Smith and challenging for this lead.
able to make my way around Andrew Kurtz. He was nice enough as he's been all night long. Great sportsmanship to pull over once I had the run on him. So move this 07 up into fourth place and see if I can get up there with Cody, and we can get up here and do some twinning action.
Sounds like a plan.
We are going to be closing in on pit stops here not too long from now, as I'm showing about 16 laps of fuel left. So,
well, that will definitely make you only have to stop once in for fuel.
I think that's what most of the plan is going to be for these guys this evening. Is if you only got to stop once, that's all we're going to do.
We do limit the fuel in these trucks for these races because we're running shorter races, and we definitely want to require at least one pit stop. So tonight's fuel load is capped at 80%. And it looks like we've got Matt 90s is going to be our first taker on pit road.
A little early at this point in time. I don't think you can go 50 laps on a tank, but
take a look at Matt as he pulls into his pit stall. Not elect to use his fast repair at this point in time. He's going to take 4 tires. It's back underway.
I think the key to this is going to be, Jamie, these green flag stops that are coming up and who can get on and off pit road the best. And when you come to get those tires, because they will make a difference here on the track.
Cody McElwain has made his way around Scott Rankin for second place. As he finds himself trailing Eddie Smith by almost 0.5 of a second. It's at 4.7 right now. We'll see if he's able to make any ground up now that he has cleared Scott. Looks like you've got your hands full with the 88 there, Jonah Colbert.
Yeah, I completely missed that corner. So he was able to make up a lot of ground on me there. So got to get back into the rhythm here a little bit, and we should be all right. But that's what happens when you blow the entry to 1 right there, folks.
You find yourself in 4th, and you are 1 second back from Scott Rankin. Looking on Trevor McManus. He finds himself still in, well, he's up to 8th, I guess, but that's still 4 spots back from where he started. Our biggest gainer of the race right now is Cody McElwain in that 6 truck. He's up 5 spots from where he started, up to 2nd place.
Scott Rankin really looks like he has his hands full as the past couple of laps, the back end of that truck has really stepped out on him.
Well, Dave, glad to see that you were able to get on YouTube. I know that's frustrating when Twitch sometimes gives you a problem. And Brandon Wallace has just given us a follow. Kind of curious what's taking so long for that, Brandon. Come on now.
Slacker.
Giving Pat such a hard time, and you weren't even following us. But we appreciate it, Brandon.
Absolutely.
Eddie Smith just continues to step out on this field up to a 5.7 second lead on Cody McElwain. Andrew Kurtz is in the 48 truck is bringing that truck down to pit road. Take a look because he does have that damage. See if he doesn't go ahead and use his fast repair. See if he can get that rear end fixed. I mean, that spoiler, I mean, it is upright, but I can't imagine that's helping his aero at all. It's shaped like a W right now.
No, I don't think that's providing a whole lot of downforce at all, if it's looking like that. So definitely going to start seeing some green flag stops here in the next 5 laps, I believe. Oh.
Trevor McManus has made his stop as well. And they both are going to make their exit off of pit road. Glenda, thank you so much for the compliment there. I hope you're enjoying the stream. See how many more laps Eddie Smith hangs out here. My guess is he's going to bring it in on lap 40, halfway mark. Completed 39 laps so far. He's got such a big lead, I guess he can pretty much decide when he wants to do it, to make his stop. I don't know that the tires are going to make that much of a difference for anybody to gain on him, whether he waits a few more laps or not. Rowdy Bush for you. He's an Eddie Smith fan. He just made a comment about Eddie.
There goes Jonah Colbert down pit road.
Okay. Teammates definitely didn't coordinate because Eddie Smith still continues to turn laps here.
I'll be bringing the 07 truck down this lap.
Eddie Smith is bringing that 25 Tide truck down on pit road now. Scott Rankin stays out another lap. He's going to take over the lead here. I imagine he'll lead this lap and then make his pit stop. And you see what fresh tires does for you is the 48 of Andrew Kurtz goes past Scott Rankin with ease. That's the difference between a few lap old tires and 40.
All right, fellas, do your job.
Scott Rankin continues to stay out. He makes a very high entry into 3 and 4. Cody McElwain gets loose off of turn 4, gets from the rumble strips. Afraid he was going to get up there and collect Scott Rankin, our leader right now, but everybody keeps it together and gets by. See, you're going to make a pass on Scott as well. I'm not sure why Scott continues to stay out there and not make his pit stop. And he looks like he's going to come this time, so after completing 43 laps, he finally brings that 49 Ford F-150 to pit road. Gets it down to pit road speed.
It looks like Trevor McManus leapfrogged a couple people by coming in early, as he's ahead of Cody McElwain and myself.
And the same thing with Andrew Kurtz. He's going to find himself running in second place after they get past Scott again from that pit stop. and he has closed up on Eddie Smith with under a second. So that early stop, it did make a difference.
On the lap times, it's fallen off pretty good. So tires were definitely going to make a difference now. We'll have to see how long he's able to hold on, as Eddie Smith is going to have fresher tires.
And Eddie Smith's gap now is starting to grow, but Andrew Kurtz was able to use that fast repair and get that truck fixed. So hopefully that'll help his handling, and maybe he will be able to still save some spots, even though he's kind of off sequence a little bit with the tires. Cody McElwain, he appears to be gaining a little bit now on Eddie Smith. Still 4 seconds back, but his interval is closing.
As we have both made our way around Trevor McManus and back to where we were running at before.
Both of you running virtually the same paint schemes. Looks like we're seeing double out here on the racetrack. Getting Jam Printing and Promotions plenty of exposure out here tonight in this Original Rebels Racing League Xtreme Xfinity 80.
Or as like some of us like to call it, the 100, because it is 100 miles here this evening. But 80's got a nice ring to it as well.
That's 80 laps. Eddie Smith has got that Tide truck pretty much on cruise control at this point. His gap over second place continues to grow once again. As long as this race stays green, he has made his final pit stop, as everybody really should have, unless some of these guys that pitted early, like Matt Knighties, he might need to make another stop for fuel to get to the finish, but we'll have to see on that. Check in on Matt Knighties. He is running in 13th right now. Finds himself behind number 4, Mike Browning. That is not for position, as Matt Knighties is unfortunately a lap down at this point. Tony Minton in that 14 truck. Not sure if he was just getting passed by 18 of Ryan Pendleton or if he was trying to make a move, but either way, they've now gotten in line. Anthony Radel in that 00. Running in the 11th spot. Alex Cruz, a little bit of an off night tonight. He is down 4 spots from his starting position, but he does find himself running 10th. He goes around the outside of the 64 truck of Matt Knighties. Mike Browning, he's up 1 spot to 9th. Yeah, absolutely, Brandon. Eddie is definitely doing the laundry on this field with that Tide truck. He's now up to over a 4-second lead over Andrew Kurtz, who is going to find himself getting a lot of pressure here from Cody McElwain.
And just a difference in tires there. I mean, it's a 4-lap difference in tires, and so that eventually shows up on the track. And I think that's where what's showing up right now is just that difference in tires.
Yeah, Cody makes the move to the inside. Gonna get the good drive off of turn 2 onto the backstretch and makes the pass on Andrew Kurtz to take over second place.
Again, a lot of sportsmanship being shown out of Andrew tonight. Been real respectable, knows guys that are faster than him, and he just pulls. I won't say he pulls over, but he doesn't make the pass difficult. That's for sure.
And that's always good. It gets frustrating sometimes when guys know that somebody's faster than them, but then they want to make it difficult. I mean, look, anybody can make it hard for the fastest drivers to get around them. That's really not a challenge to do that, but definitely gets frustrating when people do that. And it's really frustrating when you finally make that move and you see them just become smaller and smaller and smaller in your rearview mirror, and you just want to say, why? Why?
Yep.
What did you gain? You didn't gain anything by holding me up. In fact, you did nothing but really hurt yourself because, I mean, you were using up your tires just as badly as I was to pass you. But so it's always nice when people just, let the spot go and just get in line, and it benefits them in the long run too. Looks like you are now going to make a move on Andrew Kurtz as well to take over that third spot. Oh, Ryan Pendleton maybe had a little bit of an issue, but he looks like he's okay.
Yeah, saw a lot of smoke there in 1 and 2. So
Yeah, saw that. Not sure if we can go back and see it. Oh yeah, he got loose. Ooh, got that truck sideways down into the grass, but was able to get going straight again and has regained the racing surface. Check it back in on our leader, Eddie Smith, who is out to a 5.5 second lead right now. Check in on his teammate Jonah Colbert in that 88 Loves truck. He currently finds himself running in 5th. Usually we see Jonah and Eddie running right near each other most of the time, but Eddie's kind of been on a different planet than the rest of the field tonight, so it's really not surprising to see Jonah back in 5th. Ooh, Scott Rankin behind him got loose, but was able to save that truck, getting off the corner there, off of turn 2. Might be just trying to drive it just a little too hard there, make up some ground. Got pretty cool kangaroos on the pillars of his truck there. That's pretty cool. I was watching Scott Xtreme, I don't know, probably about a month or so ago when I was, probably a little longer than that, when I was working overnight. Obviously, there's a big time difference, and Scott was streaming, and I found something out that I didn't know, and that's that they eat kangaroo in Australia. I don't know why that surprised me. It's just when you look at a kangaroo, that just does not look to me that would be something an animal that you would look to eat. They look more like, I don't know, like big pets, but apparently they are edible. So that was a cool fact that I learned watching Scott's stream.
yeah, I guess all countries do things a little bit differently, and I won't say that it surprises me. I almost have the same opinion, I guess we'll call it, as you, is that they look like big fuzzy pets. I don't know that I'd ever been like, let me put some steak sauce on that. But you know, I mean, I always thought it'd be fun to box a kangaroo.
I don't know about that now. Have you seen some of those ones that look like they're all jacked up on, like
Yeah,
they've
I
been,
have
like they've done a 10-year stint and, you know,
in the pen. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
The only time they got out of their cell was to hit the weights in the yard. Yeah. I don't know that I'd want to box one of those.
Well, I might get my butt kicked, but it would know I was there. I might bring some steak sauce to that party.
inside of inside of 20, we've got 19 laps to go. And as we kind of predicted early on, this race has gone green from the start. We saw green flag pit stops about midway through the race. Some came in a little bit earlier than that. Matt Nides was the first one that came to pit road. We will keep an eye on him and see if he doesn't have to make another stop.
I'm not gonna lie, Jamie. I'd like to see a caution to stack these back up, and because I really think these two Jam Promotions trucks has got something for Eddie. It's just haven't had the track position to get up there and mix it up with him. But both of us moving up through the field here and sitting in second and third place, I'd like to stack him back up and see what we got for him. So as you're watching the different trucks around the track or whatever, if you happen to see any debris, let me know and we'll call up the race control.
Andrew Kurtz is probably along with you wanting that caution because right now he's getting passed by Jonah Colbert, and that's brought Scott Rankin right along with him. He's going to lose 2 spots on this lap as him and Scott get together a little bit off of turn 4. Scott's now got a nice little rub on the right side of his truck. But no harm, no foul. Scott clears him coming as they come off of turn 2. Andrew looks like he wants to make return the favor as he dives to the inside of Scott Rankin going into turn 3. These two keep swapping position back and forth. This time I think Scott's going to get in front of him and stay in front of him. Andrew really, he gets a good run every time as they come down that backstretch, but this time Scott's able to stay in front as he makes his way off of turn 4 onto the front stretch.
Really, what I'm kind of seeing in time in the scoring is Jonah Colbert's the fastest truck out there right now.
Jonah Colbert has moved up into 4th. Oh, there's the caution you were looking for. Not sure. Oh, Scott Rankin crashed. Let's take a look and see what happened to Scott. He just got loose coming off of turn 2. And I guess because he was in front of some other trucks, iRacing through the caution. It looked pretty much the same as what we saw from Ryan Pendleton earlier that didn't get a caution.
Let's get caught up. We got to get caught up here. I don't want to lose any more ground.
I imagine everyone is going to be bringing their trucks to pit lane to get tires. Everybody should have another set left. No reason to stay out. Not going to benefit you at all.
little deeper in the box than I wanted to be. Hopefully that didn't hold up my time too much here. Let's go, boys. Come on.
The left side of Eddie Smith's truck go into the air. Looks like you and Cody might have beat him. Might have beat him too.
I didn't get him. Nope. But Cody definitely got him.
Wow. We could have an upset in the making here, folks. Eddie Smith has led this race from the start. Giving Cody McElwain the lead here, and he's going to be tough. I know Eddie's been fast, but Cody's going to be tough to deal with, especially with 12 laps to go.
And Eddie Smith is going back down pit road again.
What's going on there?
Not really sure, but he went.
No.
Oh, he passed the pace car and got penalized for it.
As he accelerated
on the. Yeah, as he accelerated on the
access road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the access road.
Oh wow, that is a tough break for Eddie Smith. So for those watching that may not quite understand, even though you have to use this access road to enter pit road, as we talked about earlier, even on their caution, you've got to use that access road. Still have to remain behind the pace car, so you can't accelerate and try to speed up to get to pit road faster. And Eddie Smith made that mistake and got in front of the pace car, and he was black flagged for it. So he had to bring that 25 truck back down pit lane. Looked like they gave him a pass-through penalty. Fortunately for Eddie, he was able to serve that penalty under caution. So although he's going to drop him to the back here, and he's going to have to work his way back up through this field, there's only 11 trucks on the lead lap, I believe. So it's not the end of the world. It's not as bad as if he'd had to do it under green, that's for sure. So
we're going to have 9 laps to go here to settle this thing out. And well, things just got shooken up a little bit.
Sure did, and that's going to put the two of the 3 Goat Locker Racing trucks. You know, that's the first time I have made that mistake. It's going to put the 2 of the 3 Goat Locker Racing trucks up on the front row for this restart. Lights are off on the pace truck as we come down the back stretch, so you guys will get to be able to start this race here as you come off turn 4. And I'm sure, well, I don't know, you're in a booth with me, so you can't really work it out with Cody.
No team communications here, so
yeah,
gonna have to see if I can't time this with him, that's for sure, and at least be able to clear the trucks behind me. As a 1-2 finish would be really cool here this evening.
And Cody gets the start. You got a pretty decent start too. Looks like you're going to be able to clear the 48 of Andrew Kurtz.
Nope, and the 25 has to pit one more time.
So I guess he really didn't get to serve that under caution. I think maybe that was just wishful thinking on his part.
Yeah,
he has to come down under green. And
tough break there.
Cody has gotten a whale of a restart here. Andrew Kurtz looks like he is trying to get to your outside, but falls back in line.
Ooh, and that truck got real loose coming off the corner there, so. Whoa, as he sends it down in there.
Andrew gets a little loose off the corner there. He's going to bring Jonah Colbert right up to him. just tough break for Eddie Smith. I feel terrible for him. Uh, it's a mistake that happens. But gosh, man, he dominated this race. Um, nobody really had anything for him.
Absolutely.
And just that little slip up has now turned this over to Cody. Teammates running 1-2 right now. As you've kind of opened a little bit of distance on Andrew Kurtz, who's got his hands full with Jonah Colbert. Scott Rankin running in 5th. He's getting pressure from his teammate, Trevor McManus. Jonah Colbert continues to try to find a way around the 48, but so far has not been able to have any success in doing so. With 5 laps to go, Cody has opened up almost a 1 second lead over you, Pat, running in 2nd place. He's got that 6 truck looking really nice out in front. Look at Alex Cruz running in 7th. He's kind of rebounded a little bit. We'd seen him back in 11th and 10th earlier. Caution's out again. Oh, Ryan Pendleton is running into problems. See if we can see what happened to him. Oh, Ryan got help from the number 4 of Mike Browning. Mike tagged it back in and got him turned in the middle of 1 and 2. And it's going to stack you guys up one more time. This will be a green-white checker finish. Well, Mama Ellingson, I can tell you, Pat don't listen to much anyways. She said she was spotting for you, Pat. You just don't listen.
Ah. Well, that's on me then, and I apologize for that. Next time around, I promise to listen.
Don't hold your breath. I'll tell you what, you guys definitely look good up there leading this thing.
I mean, these are some sharp trucks, and always a big shout out to our sponsors, Jam Printing and Promotions, Gill Insurance Advisors, Tracks for Vets, Travis Lee Creative, G2G Trailers, that helped just put this whole thing together from the broadcasting and these are the trucks that you see on track, the 5 of Alex Cruz, the 6 of Cody McElwain, and my 07 are all painted by Jamie. So big kudos to you, Jamie. These are some sharp looking trucks.
They suffice. They work.
Well, fine. That's the end of the compliments for Jamie. No more of that. You suck at painting and broadcasting, so I think we're good now.
Well, once again, Brandon Wallace is cheering you on. He's saying, "Come on, in race reporter."
I'm trying. Let's put it that way. I mean, Cody has been strong all night, and once we kind of got nose to tailgate, we were running very similar lap times, and really. We're starting to gain a little bit on Eddie Smith before that caution came out. No way we were going to catch him, which is too far back. But I definitely think Cody McElwain is better on the short run, and he's definitely going to have the advantage of determining when this race is going to start. And with no race communications with him, I'm at the mercy of being able to time it a little bit. So hopefully I will again.
That's going to make you and Cody, but well, actually, We got 3 people tied for the biggest mover. Anthony Radel, along with you guys, is up 6 spots from his starting position. He now finds himself running in 7th. That's a really solid run for that 00 tonight. We saw pretty much on the first lap, he had some issues. Kind of not sure if he was just trying to stay off the wall and maybe turn a little too much, but caused him to come down and get into inside wall. But he's definitely rebounded. Got that 00. Guessing that's a Kobe Bryant tribute. He's got the Black Mamba Sports Academy on there. Must be a Lakers fan.
Yeah, it's always good to have Tony out in the field with us. Great racer. And again, a lot of great racers out here tonight. Great to see Mike Browning out here this evening, too. Again, really, really stinks for Eddie there. But, it's one of these tracks where you really got to pay attention how you get on and off pit road because of the access roads. And it gets very, very tricky when you can't see the pace truck, so you don't know where it's at. You try to gain that little advantage over the guys behind you, and you get nabbed.
Yeah. And Alex Cruz there, and the number 5, Gill Insurance Advisors Silverado, our 3rd Goat Locker Racing entry. He is rebounded nicely, and now, well, he's back up to his starting spot. It was showing him 5th just a second ago, but he is actually in 6th, which is where he started. We did see him earlier. He was kind of back towards the back of the pack, so nice recovery for Alex. Eddie Smith now finds himself running in 9th. He has managed to stay on the lead lap, though. That's pretty impressive that he was able to make that green flag stop. It could have just been a pass through. Maybe he didn't have to make a full stop, but we'll get back up to the front as the pace truck is off. McElwain has control of this field. He is off. Time to 48 gets a better start. Interesting to see if you're going to be able to clear him as he sends it down into 1, and he turns you.
Yep, that's what happened there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
We're going to line them up and do it one more time.
As I'm getting the meatball flag.
I believe it is two green white checkers. There is correct?
It is. Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. So that's our first one. We got one more attempt to make it this. After this next one, once Cody takes that green flag, the next flag is going to end the race one way or the other. Let's see. Mike Browning also had an issue on that. Let's see if we can see what happened to him. Oh, he T-boned you. You were turned up in the middle of the track as he came through. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate all the way around. Back to our leader. So right now our top 3 is Cody McElwain, Jonah Colbert, and Andrew Kurtz is running the 3rd spot. And Alex Cruz is up to 4th. Just as we expected. When we saw Alex running back in the 10th and 11th position, we figured he was just being patient, biding his time. And now that it's getting down, almost like we talked about Mickey Isaac over on the ARCA series on Friday nights, it's time to cut checks, and Alex Cruz is trying to be the first in line.
I think you can still see the smoke all the way around the track from when I drove this truck down pit road. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see some of those things, and hey, everybody's up there racing hard for these spots, and you get a couple green white checkers or a couple late race cautions, and you try to get everything that you get. So hate it for the '07 truck here, and having ourselves a pretty solid night. Definitely a top 3 truck all night long. So, but I'll hang out in the back with Eddie here, and maybe we'll get a chance to mix it up.
Yeah, definitely a tough break. I was really looking forward to you and Cody bringing those trucks home 1 and 2. Fortunately, that's not going to happen at this point. That's okay. That's racing.
I do got me some brand new tires, and so I got 2 laps. So we're going to see what I can do with them.
Looks like the lights are off on the pace truck. We'll be getting ready to go back to green. And again, this is the last attempt at the green-white checkered. After Cody takes the green flag, the next flag he sees will, well, with the exception of the white flag, but once that white flag comes out, all bets are off. And if the caution flag comes out before then, the race will end as it is.
All right, Cody, let's pull this win off.
The pace truck makes that left. Cody McElwain has control of the field, and he is off. He gets a good start. And Alex Cruz is going to get past Andrew Kurtz coming down the front stretch, right on the bumper of Jonah Colbert. But Andrew fights back on the inside through 1 and 2.
Oh, and Eddie Smith spins out right in front of me.
Oh, no. That's going to end this race, and he's going to turn it over. Cody McElwain is going to win this race under caution.
I'm sorry, Patrick.
Take a look back and see what happened.
Laps here for sure.
See what happened to Eddie. He was behind Scott Rankin, and that truck just steps out on him. Tony Minton definitely had a windshield full of it as well. Yeah, that's a tough break. Wow, this race has just really turned on a dime in the last, I don't know, 15 laps or so for Eddie Smith, who is now going sideways down the backstretch.
Yeah, bad.
This race will end under caution. Cody McElwain is the winner. He does have to finish out these laps, so until the pace car is pulled away.
Everybody, make sure you stay lined up. We do have to complete this. And I have crossed, and I think that will. Eddie would be the last truck that has to finish this thing out.
Patrick, sorry again about.
And no worries, man. Hard racing, late in the race.
I know Cody would have much rather won this thing under green, but hey, this is his first win for this season, so I'm sure he's going to take it any way he can get it. So, Cody McElwain is our winner followed by Jonah Colbert in second, and Andrew Kurtz rounding out the top 3.
And that is the first win for Goat Locker Racing in our Premier Series. So.
Absolutely, it is. Yes, it is. And our name's on it. It's really kind of a surprise to me that it's taken till like race 6 to get a win. But we finally got it. Cody brought that truck home, and he's going to burn it down here, and we'll let him celebrate it for a couple minutes before we pull him up here and talk to him about this race. I also can't say enough about the recovery of Alex Cruz getting that truck and forth. I thought maybe for a second there he was going to be able to get past Andrew Kurtz and bring it home in third. That would have been a little bit take some of the sting out of the issues you had there, but still a good run for Alex. Ryan Pendleton brought that truck home in 5th. Good recovery for him. He had some issues tonight. Some of his own doing and some he had help with, but the way it goes. It was kind of a tale of 2 different races. We went almost 68 laps green, and kind of became a caution fest there at the end. So it's the way it goes sometimes. Just, guys fighting for everything they could get there at the end, and kind of led to some contact happening and cautions coming out. But that's all right. Glad to see Cody pull off this win.
Yeah, hell.
You guys having a good time.
Awesome. Yeah, you can tell he's excited for sure.
Yeah,
so good stuff. Good stuff.
Let me find him and drag him on up into the booth. Well, tell you what, you might have to do it because I can't get him to come past the.
I can easily do this one for you.
Okay. We need to put the broadcast channel.
Cody. It's Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
Wow, man.
It's weird that I raced with you all night long, and now I got an interview, which I'm not mad about at all. But great win here this evening, man. I know Eddie Smith had those issues late in the race, but I know both me and you were coming up through the field, and I was hoping for that late race caution because I think if we stacked up, we're going to be able to do something with him. But outstanding win tonight, Cody. So take us through your race, brother.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, terrible qualifying effort, as y'all seen, I'm sure, but just did the best I could. I knew I'd be okay when we got into the race as far as pace goes. Just tried to make up as many positions as I could there before the tires got, out of hand, and didn't have anything for Eddie. Obviously, it took a catastrophic failure for him, but a win's a win, and we'll take them however we can get it. Feels good to finally get one.
Yeah, Cody, man, that was fun to watch. You were strong all night. You were definitely matching lap times with Eddie at the end. You just didn't have the track position. So, it's not like you didn't deserve to win this race. So congratulations on a strong run and getting the first win of the season and the first win for Goat Locker Racing in our own series. So were you wearing your hat tonight?
No hat with the headset, but hey, it was right here beside me, and I have wore it for the past few days. So yeah, man, it feels awesome to get a win for all our sponsors and our team, and just awesome. After the past few weeks I've had, it's just feels really good.
Yeah, man, I know your frustration's kind of been growing, but a win will cure a lot of those things. So anybody you need to thank, shout out, sponsors?
Yes, sir. I'd love to thank Jam Printing and Promotions. They're on board with us. And like I said earlier, it feels awesome to just finally get these guys a win, And I'd also just like to thank Gill Insurance Advisors, G2G Trailers, Tracks for Vets, Travis Lee Creative, and just puts on this league. You guys, man, y'all do an awesome job, and yeah, man, just an awesome night. Feels great.
Yeah, well, Cody, I mean, definitely been a long time coming. Definitely felt your frustrations. Awesome to see that number 6 truck back in victory lane. So get out there and celebrate like hell. Crack you a couple of Miller Lights, and congratulations, brother.
Yes, sir, will do. You know me well. Thank you.
All right, brother. Always a lot of fun there. Always a lot of fun.
Snatch Jonah up here.
Yeah. Stop yelling at me. You're not the boss of me. Hey, Jonah, Pat, and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey guys, how's it going?
You sound like somebody shot your dog. Are you okay?
It's just one of them races, man. It's just not real exciting from my perspective. I'll take second place though, so it's okay.
Well, I know it was an up and down night for you. I battled all night with you. It seemed like our two trucks were kind of attached at the bumper and tailgate for quite some time. We went through that cycle of green flag stops and seemed to fall back a little bit, but still a very, very solid night for that JC Motorsports truck. So kind of talk me through your evening and how you brought it home in second place.
Man, I was just kind of riding around out there. Early on, I tried to race some people, and I found out it just really wasn't going to work too well. It's just burning the tires up, and the high line got such a good run off the corner, and you could get such a good run into the corner on the low line, and reminded me a lot of Pocono, without the tunnel turn. But it's just not a lot of power on these trucks to get off the corner good on the bottom side. So at that point, I just settled in and decided, hey, I was going to follow you around. Maybe if you pass people, I was going to go with you. So. Ended up working out in the long run. I saw that you got turned there late, and that's unfortunate because you had such a fast truck, and I was hoping just for a top 3 or something, but ended up second. So, like I said, I can't complain. I'll take it after the way my race went.
Hey, Jonah, man, congratulations on that strong finish. You were strong all night long, man. So, what was your secret here? You and Eddie, I saw you guys were in here early getting some practice in. Did you guys come up with a plan before the race?
No, and we didn't even know where the pit road entry was before the race started. I'm not gonna lie, and yeah, we were just kind of trying to figure things out last minute. I had to work kind of late today, so we didn't get the normal practice in, and we were just kind of winging it mostly. And when it came to that pit stop for him, man, we were trying to figure out where the pit road commitment cone was, and there was none. So he ended up getting black flag, which is unfortunate, but we'll have to go back and review it and try to figure out where it's at so we don't make that mistake again. So
Yeah, that was definitely a tough break for Eddie, who was dominating this race before that incident happened. But I mean, that's a part of racing. So mistake led to a good night for some other people. But man, again, congratulations on a strong finish. Anybody you want to thank? Shout out sponsors.
No, just appreciate you guys for putting this on every week. Like I say, every week, it's a fun week, man. And I enjoy racing with you guys. It's a lot of fun, and got a lot of good drivers, a lot of respectful drivers. We had a lot of clean racing tonight. I know it was just a couple accidents, but man, we almost had a full green flag race, and it was awesome. So, shout out to everybody for keeping it clean.
All right, brother. Well, it was a pleasure racing with you tonight, man. Had a lot of fun duking it out with you. And congratulations on the second place finish there, feller.
All right, fellas, y'all take it easy.
See ya.
See
And now we're going to drag in Andrew Kurtz, if I'm correct, right?
Yep.
Hey, look at me. I'm on top of one thing. Except for I don't see Andrew anywhere within the Discord.
Uh-oh. Andrew,
Nope.
Where you at?
Well, that might be the last interview we have for this evening. We can bring Eddie up, but I don't know if Eddie wants to talk to us. He might just want to lick his wounds right now and be left alone. So I won't do that to him. But strong runs out of a lot of trucks here this evening, and I'm just going to really echo what Jonah had to say. What a blast this race was! I mean, when you get out there and race at a track like this, it's not easy. It's easy to overdrive the corners. It's easy to get the truck, up into the wall. It's easy to kind of turn it around a little bit. But these drivers, each and every week, are just impressive. And I mentioned it a couple times when I was in the truck. Andrew Kurtz and the sportsmanship he showed, and knowing trucks were faster than him, and not putting up the big battles. And so just a fun race. And when you can get out there and race for, I don't know, 60 laps straight at a track like this, man, it doesn't get much better than that, Jamie.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was a good time. Even when Eddie was just dominating the field, it still looked like it was some pretty good racing throughout the field. So, hey, you guys put on a good show, man. We had 10 of the 13 trucks still on the lead lap at the end. One of them, one of the trucks that was a lap down was Scott Rankin, who was so strong all night. Not sure what happened to him towards the end. I know he had a little bit of issues there, but ended up going 2 laps down. But our race results are up now. So as we've already heard, Cody McElwain is our winner. Jonah Colbert brings that 88 truck home from JC Motorsports in second place. Andrew Kurtz in the 48 comes home third. Would have liked to have talked to Andrew. Definitely need to make sure everybody knows to stick around for post-race interviews when you finish top 3. Alex Cruz with a nice recovery comes home fourth. Ryan Pendleton, again, we saw earlier, he had some trouble, one of his own doing, and the other one he had some help. But he recovers nicely and brings that number 18 truck home in fifth. Trevor McManus from Indy Auto Sports, he brings that 9 truck home in sixth. Followed by Anthony Radel, who again was one of the biggest movers of the race. Pennsylvania Racing 00 truck brings that home 7th. Tony Minton, he and Captain Crunch, they bring it home in 8th. And you, sir, Patrick Drabick, brought that 07 Goat Locker Racing truck home in 9th. Followed by Eddie Smith, who had dominated the majority of this race, probably 68 laps. Brings that truck home in 10th. Scott Rankin, again, another truck that we saw that was strong for most of the night. Must have had some issues. I'm not really sure what, but comes home 11th. Matt Knighties, 64 and 12th. And rounding out the field from Indy Auto Sports, Mike Browning in the number 4, finishing 13th. So that is how we finished here at Original Rebels Racing League Xtreme Xfinity 100 or 80, whatever you want to call it. It was a good night of racing. Any final thoughts there, Pat?
No, it's just a fantastic. Well, I say no, and then I start talking. But a great night of racing. Definitely a tale of 2 races, like you talked about a little bit, Jamie. A lot of green flag to start the thing off. A couple late race cautions, and we know in some of these races, cautions breed cautions. But again, all these drivers being extremely respectful of one another, owning up to their mistakes, apologizing for mistakes, and just talking things through a little bit. So can't say enough about the league, can't say enough about our sponsors and everything that happens to let us put this thing on. We'll see everybody tomorrow night at Goat Locker Racing Xtreme Xfinity Series, where, as Jamie mentioned earlier, we are in race number 2 of round number 1 of the playoffs, and Jamie and I are still leading the points there, so comfortably should be moving into the next round, but we're going to battle it out at Kentucky, and then tomorrow night we're at the ARCA Series, and then Sunday we are at Miami Homestead Speedway in the Rebels Truck Series. So still a lot of racing left this week, but appreciate everybody that tunes in, as always, and can't wait to talk to you all again here soon.
All right, I second all of that. So again, everyone that came out and hung out with us tonight, we appreciate every one of you. We got some new follows tonight, so that's always appreciated, and got our first host. I'm really excited about that. No one has ever put us on their Twitch stream before, so that was really big. Definitely appreciate that. So again, good night of racing from Worldwide Technology Raceway, and everyone have a good night.